Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Opposite Field Outlook. I'm Jack. That's Neal. It's a sad day at the office today. There's an empty seat right next to us. He's in Hawaii. He didn't tell us that he would be in Hawaii. We're gonna have a baseball game without him now. It's great. I don't think he knew he was gonna be in Hawaii either.
Nope.
Neal,
It was funny.
how's your day today so far?
It's been pretty good. Lots of parties. Lots of graduation. Lots of graduating.
Lots of graduating.
Yeah.
You sound like you woke up 10 minutes ago.
I do sound like that. I've been exhausted with the amount of things I've been up to. Between like going to the gym every day now. It's actually been really nice. I don't know. I eat better and I feel nicer. But besides my dieting, I've been pretty good. Just active and a lot of business to attend to, I guess you could say, this summer on.
Yeah. I'm going to the Angel game after this. We're crossing our fingers right now. We're not going to make it 12. We're not going to make it 12.
Let's do the Cardinals, but backwards.
Alternatively, we could go for the other record. We could set a new franchise record.
For
losing
losses.
streak.
What is the...
I don't know what the Angels' losing streak record is, but
It's hopefully not.
it's
It's hopefully higher than 12. Cause
it's definitely higher than 12. It's definitely higher than 12 because the Angels have more losses than they do wins overall in their history. So there's definitely a time they've gone higher than
That's
that.
awkward.
We're feeling good. It's summertime. I don't have a job,
Me neither.
and that's the Los Angeles Angels team records. Longest losing streak, 13 games. So
Yeah, that's not a record you want to break.
we're approaching the record. I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's at least do. If we're gonna go under 500 this season, I want to at least break the loss record.
Yeah.
The losses in a row record. We gotta set
I guess.
something up. This is gonna be a short episode because I am leaving shortly.
Yeah.
I think,
Angels time.
hopefully. If this episode goes really long, then my brother is gonna be mad at me. Let's talk American League. This is a lot of notes, and they're all kind of a block of text, so I'm definitely gonna lose my place. The Yankees, still the best in baseball. They're my most hated team.
Same.
They won a series against the Orioles. Garrett Cole gets a loss. Jordan Lyles gets the win in Game 1. That's an Orioles pitcher. I did not know that. Yankees pitching carries the rest of that series. They split a 4-game in Tampa. Cortez and Talion take wins. They go back to New York. They just own the Angels and the Tigers. There's no other way to put that. 2 sweeps. 2 series, 2 sweeps. The Jays are back. We thought they were going to be good. They sucked. Now they're good. They split a 2-game in St. Louis. Gosman gets a win there. They sweep the Angels. You're going to see a lot of sweeping the Angels in this recap. They sweep the White Sox. Manoah, Gosman, and Stripling are looking good. For the Blue Jays, they get a series loss to the Twins. Berrios takes the 1 game that the Jays win. George Springer makes a great double play effort, catches the ball over his shoulder, throws the guy out at second base. Vladdy makes a nice diving stop in that series as well. Just some good defensive plays from them. The Rays took a 2-game series against Miami. They split a 4-game against the Yankees. McClanahan got the win. They split a 4-game in Texas against the Rangers, not the Astros. Kluber gets a win there. And finally, they lose a series against the White Sox. McClanahan wins the only game in that series. The Red Sox, they're at 500. They've been winning. They were way down. They were the worst team in the East, and now they are not. They take 2 of 3 from the other Sox. Pivetta takes a win. They lose a 5-game set against the Orioles, splitting a doubleheader. Pivetta and Evaldi get wins in that contest. They split with the Reds in a 2-game piece, which sucks. I hate when 2-game sets get split. Nothing happens. Then they sweep Oakland in 3. Evaldi, Pivetta, and Hill get W's in that one. The O's lose a series in New York. They take 1 game to extras, but they only win the first game. They win a 5-game series in Boston. It's exciting times for the O's. They won the first, third, and they took the series W on the final day of that series. They lose a series against Seattle. They went to extras on the last game, and they lost. Finally, they lost the series against Cleveland. Yeah. In the Central, the Twinnies take a series from Detroit, split with Kansas. McGill and Gray both pull in wins. They go to Detroit. Not host Detroit. They lose 4 or 5. That's a big yikes moment. Central could be a 3-team race. They split a doubleheader. They go to Toronto, take 2 of 3. Barrios owns them. The Guardians are half game below 500. They lose 2 of 3 in Houston, get a 4-game series delayed, so they only play 3 games. They take 2 of those. They sweep the Royals. A lot of teams are doing that lately, and they win 2 of 3 in Baltimore. The other Sox, the White Sox, lose 2 of 3 in Boston, split 2 with the other Chicago, and then get swept by the Jays at the hands of Gausman, Stripling, and Manoah. They take 2 of 3 against the Rays. Giolito takes a win in that one. The Tigers, they're having a little bit of a tough time.
Yeah.
They lost a series to the Twins. They took 2 of 3 against the Guardians. Soto takes a win there. They won 4 of 5 against the Twins, and then they got smashed by the Yankees, just like the Angels did. The Royals are the worst team in baseball, and I look forward to them selling all of their players at the deadline. That's all I have to say about them.
Shopping time.
Second favorite team, worst team in baseball. Let's go. The Astros, they remain atop the West. Unfortunate circumstances in Halo Land, that allows the Astros to absolutely dominate the West. They're 8 over 500. They take 2 of 3 against the Guardians. They take 1 of 3 against the M's. They sweep the A's in 3 in Oakland, and then they go beat up the Royals. They win 2 of 3. The Angels have an 11-game losing streak.
Yikes.
They will be covered in detail later this episode.
Yeah.
The Rangers are catching up. They are 1 game behind the Angels now. That's tough. They split a 2-game series with the Angels. Syndergaard on auto get wins. They take 3 of 4 in Oakland. They split with the Rays. Catch of the year made in center field by Eli White. That was crazy. Did you see that? The home run robbery? He jumps way up on the fence, like full extension. He actually is almost over the fence and he catches it.
I don't
the
think
home run
so.
robbery.
No,
It's
Angels.
what?
Angels.
No, it's the Rangers. Rangers against Rays.
I think I might have seen it as a potential catch of the year.
I think
I might have
it's
seen
up
it.
there for
yeah,
sure.
I think I saw something like that.
They lost 2 of 3 to the Mariners. Mariners, they're looking a little better. They're not quite as awful as they were. They start off with a series loss to Oakland. Then they take 2 of 3 against Houston, 2 of 3 against Baltimore, and 2 of 3 against Texas.
Okay.
In the last game in Texas, they turn a 2-5 deficit in the 9th inning into a win in the 10th inning. Fun comeback there. The A's are 8 games out of 500 and 16 games out of first place. They got swept by Houston, and then they got swept by Boston. Rip to all of the A's fans. Let's talk standings. The Yankees are really good. The Blue Jays are 7.5 back, and the Rays are 8 back. The Boston Red Sox are now on top of the O's once again. The Minnesota Twins are 4.5 above the Guardians, 5 above the White Sox. So that's a little bit of a close division right there. That should be fun. The Royals are 17-35. Their win percentage is .327.
Ouch.
They lose more than twice as many games as they win. That's tough.
They know losing very well.
They do. That's a Royals thing. You have 8 losing seasons in which they're just collecting prospects, and then they just win a World Series, and then they go back to being terrible.
That's A's mentality.
The Angels are 8.5 back from the Astros. That's tough for me to hear after being in the race.
A lot different than last time.
Little tough. I have a whiteboard over there. We're tracking the number of days since the Angels have won. We are at 13 days since the Angels have won a baseball game.
It's almost 2 weeks.
We can make it 2 weeks tonight.
We can.
The Rangers are 1 game back, and the Mariners are catching up. They're not quite as far behind the rest of the guys in the division. They're 11 games back from the Astros. Woo, that's fun. Let's talk. We talk Angels now. Let's save the Angels for last. When we have the Angels recap slide.
Got it.
Any fun teams you want to talk about in the American League?
The American League. I don't know how those White Sox doing.
The White Sox are still under 500.
You know what's really upsetting me is the M's not fulfilling my prophecy.
Yeah.
I was really excited about them last year.
So your outlook for the West is going downhill with each
Oh
passing
yeah.
day.
The entire NL or AL is
Yeah.
going downhill. The NL is almost
So
spot on for me.
You wanted to put Angels, Mariners, Astros?
I wanted to do the Angels, the Mariners, and the Astros, and I said, okay, we're not gonna overhype the Angels right now. We're just, and I'm like, I hope the Astros don't do well. So I was like, okay, maybe the Mariners continue what they did. They did good. They got better. So I put them at the top. Astros, Angels. It's not even looking anywhere close to that. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of sad. I wish the Mariners were doing better. They were so exciting.
Tough division.
Yeah, I guess he could put it on.
Well,
so
it's not a tough division. It's a tough division to watch because the teams that are supposed to be good are just falling to pieces.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of teams that have lost more than they've won in their last 10. It's the Orioles, the Twins, the White Sox, the Royals, the Angels, and the A's. So all of these teams are losing. The Angels are 0-10 in their last 10. They're actually 0-11 in their last 11. It's tough. I'm hurting inside. Every single game that I'm hoping that we can change things around this game because I can't deal with it anymore.
I want to see a win, man. I want to see.
We gotta see a Halos win.
I want to see something happen.
We need Rendon back. Joe Adell called up again.
Oh, okay.
Because Taylor Ward got injured.
Okay.
He got an RBI infield single.
Okay.
So
things are happening.
Yeah, he was doing so bad in AAA, and then he got brought up anyway. Okay, we'll talk about those guys later. Let's move on. The NL.
The NL. Okay, a lot going on. We're gonna start with the Padres because we're gonna go to the Dodgers later. Just know that things are a little weird with the Dodgers for now. Going to the Padres. We're gonna start with the Brewers. They only took 1 of 3 against the Brewers because the Brewers are looking pretty good right now. Game 1, 3-2. Padres take that win, and that's the only win they get with the Brewers taking a 1-4 and a 1-2 game win next 2 games. Next series, Pirates. They take 2 of 3 as they should. Game 1, they take the win 4-3. Game 2, they take the loss 2-4, and Game 3 they take the win 4-2. Then things didn't go too well against the Cardinals. They get swept. 3-game series. Game 1, 3-6. Game 2, 2-3. And Game 3, 2-5. Ouch.
Waino has been on.
He has. He's looking like last year, which was prime Waino. So, hey, I love to see it, you know.
You do love to see it.
I want to see my Cards do well, okay? So, I'm enjoying it.
I have them to win the division.
That's a big take, but it's not that bad of a take, you know? The Padres continuing, they take 3 of 4 against the Brewers. So they make a little bit of a payback later, most recently a few days ago, with Game 1 being 4-5 with the Brewers, but then they take the next 3 with a 7-0 shutout, a 4-0 shutout, and then a 6-4 Padres win. Some notables: Joe Musgrove, best ERA in baseball, 1.64.
He's good.
He's looking really good with a whip of .92. When you're giving up less than a hit and a walk every inning, on average,
I think he broke franchise record. He had 10 quality starts in a row, which is something never done before.
I like to see it. And a little other notable: Taylor Rogers did have a blown save the other day, but has the most saves in baseball. So, Kenley Jensen moment. Giants. They take 2 of 3 against the Mets. There we go. Game 1, 3-13. Mets take that. That was yikes. Game 2, 13-12 though. The Mets scored just as much, pretty much, but Giants finally answered back, take the win. Game 3, 9-3, take the win. Then they go against the Reds, and they take 2 of 3. Game 1 being a 1-5 game. Reds take the win. Ooh, this is shaky, considering that I say take 2 through, but there's 2 wins here.
Something's wrong.
Pretty sure this one was the Giants. But the next game was a 2-3 win against the Reds, and the last game was a 6-4 win against the Reds. Moving on to the Phillies, or moving towards the Phillies, Giants facing them. Game 1, 5-4 win. Game 2, 7-4 win, and Game 3, 5-6 loss. Oof. But they split a 4-game series against the Marlins. I hate splits, but oh well. Game 1, they get shut out, 0-3 against the Marlins. Game 2, 15-6, Giants take that. Game 3, 4-5 Marlins. Game 4, 5-1 Giants. They just alternated until the series ended. D-backs fell below 500. Oof. They sweep the Royals though. 2-game series. 9-5 and 8-6 were the scores for the games. Then they get swept by the Dodgers. That's good to watch. 1-14. Woo! Bats were crazy hot for the Dodgers in that game. 4-6, Dodgers take the win. 2-3, Dodgers take the win, and 1-3, Dodgers take the win. Oop, that's probably where dipping under 500 came from. But they take 2 of 3 against the Braves. Game 1, 6-2. Game 2, 8-4, and Game 3, 0-6. The Braves take that one. Then they go against the Pirates, but they only take 1, suddenly. Game 1 was 8-6 D-backs, and that was the only one they get, as Game 2 is 1-2 Pirates, and the last game was a shutout against them, 0-3 for the Pirates. Rockies, really stinky as of late. Oof, not looking good.
I was
pretty
hoping
sure
they'd be good.
this looks like 4 wins since last time we talked. So they take 1 of 3 against the Pirates. So Pirates win game 1, 1-2. Then they take a 2-1 win against the Pirates, but then a 5-10 loss against the Pirates. Then they go to the Nationals and only take 1 game, as the Nationals win the first game 3-7. They win the next game 7-13. Cardinals finally answer back, get a 3-2 win, but then Nationals go right back to winning with a 5-6 win. Then Rockies go against the Marlins and they take 2 wins. Game 1, 7-1 Rockies. Game 2, 1-14. Those bats went off against them for the Marlins win, and Game 3 was a 13-12 Rockies loss.
Yikes.
So that was probably a fun game to watch, looking at that score. But this was not fun to watch. The Rockies getting swept by the Braves. Oof. Game 1, 6-13. Game 2, 1-3. Game 3, 2-6. And Game 4, 7-8. They seemed to score runs, but wasn't enough. So Rockies kind of looking wah right now. Going to the Central, the Brewers doing Brewer things. They had a slow start. They're looking dominant right now. They take 2 of 3 against the Padres, like I said, but then they split a 4-game series against the Cardinals. Game 1 was a 4-3 win. Game 2 was a 2-4 loss. Game 3 was a 3-8 loss, and Game 4 was an 8-0 shutout against the Cardinals. Then we go and split a 4-game series with the Cubs. Game 1, 7-6. Game 2, 3-1. Both those are Brewers wins. And then 7-8 Cubs and 3-4 Cubs for the last 2. Little notables: Corbin Burns, most strikeouts.
That's very
in
cool.
National League. These are all National League stats. 2.5 ERA, .92 WHIP, looking fabulous. And then they take 1 of 4 against the Padres, like I said, in the Padres recap. Then going to the Cardinals, they split a 2-game series against the Blue Jays. They take the win, 7-3 against the Blue Jays. But then in Game 2, they take a 1-8 loss. They split a 4-game series against the Brewers, like I said, and then they sweep the Padres, like I said. They take a 3 of 5 win of the series against the Cubs. Game 1 was a 5-7 loss against the Cubs, but Game 2 was a 14-5 Cardinals win. Game 3 was a 1-6 Cubs win, and Game 4, 7-4 Cardinals, and Game 5 also 5-3 Cardinals. 5-game series. Must have been tiring.
Yeah.
One of those was a makeup game for rain delay previously, so it was a doubleheader plus a 4-game series.
That sucks.
So it was originally 4-game, now it's even longer. Notables: Paul Goldschmidt ends the hitting streak, but dang, it was impressive.
How long was it?
Pretty sure 25 games.
Ooh.
So basically the entire month that he won Player of the Month for the NL. So 343 batting average, best batting average in the NL, and has the most hits with an RBI total of 47, and he has 12 home runs with a 1.031 OPS. Ooh. Looking prime. Cubs, nothing too exciting. Split 4-game series against the Reds. Game 1, 7-4 win. Game 2, 11-4 win. Game 3, 3-4 loss. Game 4, a 5-20 loss against the Reds. Dang, the Reds went off. Ooh. They split 2-game series against the White Sox. A little south side versus the regular side action going on right there. The regular side. They take Game 1, 5-1 lead, and then they drop Game 2, 4-5 against the White Sox.
They split the 4-game series against the Brewers, like I said, and they dropped 2 of 5 against that 5-game series against the Cardinals, like I said. Going to the Pirates, not many games to recap since I already said every series that they went through. They take 2 of 3 against the Rockies, take 1 of 3 against the Padres. They sweep the Dodgers in a 3-game series, which is what I'm going to get to when I get to the Dodgers recap. We're not going to look at that right now. They take 2 of 3 against the D-backs. So overall, looking pretty middle of the road. Reds, they split a 4-game series against the Cubs. Like I said, they take 2 of 3 against the Giants. Like I said, they split a 2-game series against the Red Sox. Game 1 was 2-1 Reds, and Game 2 was 1-7 Red Sox. They get swept by the Nationals though in a 3-game series. Game 1 was 5-8 Nationals. Game 2 was 8-10, and Game 3 4-5. Oof. So Reds looking kind of stinky like they should. And finally the East, Mets. They take 1 of 3 against the Giants, like I said, but they sweep the Phillies in a 3-game series. That was fun to watch. Game 1, 8-6 Mets. Game 2, 8-2, and Game 3, 5-4. Then they go to meet the Nationals. Game 1 was 13-5 Mets. Game 2 was a 10-0 shutout against the Nationals, and Game 3 was a 5-0 shutout against the Nationals. And also they split a 4-game series against the Dodgers most recently. Some notables: Pete Alonso tied for most home runs in the NL with 54 RBIs and OPS 911. Looking pretty hot right now. Braves, they split a 4-game series against the Phillies. Game 1 was 3-7 Phillies. Game 2, 6-5 Braves. Game 3, 8-4 also Braves, but Game 3, 1-4 Phillies take that and split the series. Take 2 of 3 against the Marlins. Game 1 was 6-4 Braves. Game 2, 1-4 Marlins, and Game 3, 6-3 Braves. They take 1 of 3 against the D-backs, like I said, and they swept the Rockies, like I said. And going to the Phillies, they split a 4-game series against the Braves. They get swept by the Mets in a 3-game series. They take 1 of 3 against the Giants, and they sweep the Angels in a 4-game series. Mike Trout, I guess he fanboyed a little too much.
We're talking about Mike Trout. We're talking about the starting pitching. We're talking about the bullpens. That's all gonna come later. Let's talk a little bit about the National League, though.
Let's get into it.
A lot of exciting injury updates, and I don't mean I'm happy that a lot of players are getting injured. Clayton Kershaw just had a rehab assignment, just out in the Inland Empire. Didn't know that was happening. Totally would have gone to go see it if I did. I was in the Inland Empire.
If I wasn't busy. Do you want to skip the standings?
Oh, let's do the standings.
Let's do that real quick. Just an update on where everything stands. Mets, Brewers, and Dodgers on top, but let's get in depth. East, the Mets are doing really good. 8-2 for the last 10. 37-19, looking really good. Braves are 8.5 games right behind them. They have a 5-game winning streak though, so that's something to note right there. Phillies behind them with 11 games behind. They have a 4-game winning streak, but are 5-5 in their last 10. Marlins 22-30, 13 games behind. They are 4-6 on their last 10. And Nationals 21-35, a .375 winning percentage. Ouch. 16 games out. Sell the team. Central Brewers 33-23, looking really good, really hot, but lost last 3, losing streak of 3. They are 4 for their last 10. Ooh. Cardinals 32-23, okay, half a game out. Jack likes that. 7 for their last 10. Ooh, okay. Pirates, they are 24-28. They are only 4 games, 4 wins away from being 500. So I attribute that to all the other good teams absolutely bowing down to them for some reason, but they are 7 for their last 10.
Dodgers getting wrecked.
Yep. A lot of wins for some reason by the Pirates. We got the Cubs 23-32, 9.5 games out. They are 4 for their last 10. And then the Reds 18-35, .340 winning percentage. Ooh, and they are 5 for their last 10. Okay, and the West, my favorite. Dodgers 35-19, a .648 winning percentage, is second best in baseball. And they are 5 for their last 10. I have noticed all 5 of those losses and cried all 5 of those days. The Padres right behind them though, only 2 games back. 33-21 with a 5-4-10 record in the past 10 games. 3-game winning streak, looking okay. They are really good away, 20-11. The Giants, 29-24, playing decent baseball, 547 winning percentage, 5.5 games out, also 5 for their last 10. Diamondbacks, 26-29 is the record with a 473 winning percentage, 9.5 games out, and they are 3 for their last 10. Ooh, and Rockies, they are 23-31, 12 games out. They have absolutely tanked on the road, 7-15, and they are 3 for their last 10. So Rockies fell off.
Yep.
Pretty much establishes it.
2 of those teams are doing way worse or way better than they should. The Miami Marlins, they're a good team. Lights out starting pitching, etc., etc. They are under 500 right now with run differential and a couple other factors. Baseball Reference says they should be above 500. Not at 500, just above 500. So they've just had some unlucky games. And the Pirates, they are currently at 462 winning percentage. Baseball Reference says they should be at 349. So they're doing way better. They're not scoring as many runs as their opponents are. They're just, it's kind of this weird thing happening
I've
in
noticed.
various games.
I've noticed.
I know you have.
I've noticed.
For the Cubs, you're talking about them being
Mhm.
solid, mediocre, almost exactly how we expected them to be. Marcus Stroman is doing so bad. His ERA is up 2.3 from last season. It was
Whoa.
3. It was 3.02 and now it's 5.32. He is having a tough time in Chicago right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So that's probably a significant part of their plan crumbling out. And he's still beefing with people on Twitter and his ERA is 5.
Of course he does.
That's what he does.
That's Marcus Stroman moment.
Yep. That's the National League, I guess. Is that all we're going to cover for right now?
That sums it up.
Very cool. Dodgers later, Angels also later. Let's talk about the AL West. We're not going to go in depth into the Angels, but we're going to talk kind of what's going on. And the A's and the Mariners are not really a part of this discussion because they're way out, except the Rangers aren't really way out. They're just, no one thinks they're going to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
The Houston Astros and the Angels have very similar offensive numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The Astros have 69 home runs, and the Angels have
Nice.
68. Very nice.
That's very nice.
The Angels have more runs scored than the Astros total. They have more hits than the Astros do total. They have more RBIs than the Astros do total. Their batting average is higher than the Astros, and they have the same OPS plus.
I think I know where the
Team-wide statistics. You know where the difference
I think I know where the
is? You know where the
difference
difference
lands.
is?
It's been the same difference for
It's
a
been
few
the
years.
same difference. The Angels never fix it. The Angels are also, let's see, are there any more fun statistics in here? Not really. They have way more stolen bases, 5 more. And they have less left on base. So the Angels are scoring a lot more effectively than the Astros are. Now we scroll down a little bit.
I wonder where the issue lies.
The pitching tells a different story. We're going to highlight league average right now.
Okay.
League average ERA is 3.96. League average, my drawings got all messed up, so I'm having a little bit of a tough time right now. The average hits given up by a major league team is 343, and the average runs is 232. Now the Angels are above that in every category, except they have given up less hits than the average major league team. Way more home runs, actually not way more, 7 more. That's a significant difference.
That'll inflate numbers.
7 more earned runs, 4 more runs. So they're having a little bit of a tough time. I had to make 2 screen clippings of statistics here so that I could fit the Astros in because they're so far down to the bottom of the list. Their average ERA is 2.93. That's the 3rd in all of baseball. They have 388 hits so far. That's really good. I think that's 2nd overall. Maybe. I don't have all the teams. I just have most of the teams. They have 175 runs, which is way less than the Angels. And they have given up 43 home runs, and the Angels have given up 62. So That's 19 less. The Angels are falling a little bit victim to the long ball,
Yep.
which is something I have noticed when I watch the games, especially last night's game with a grand slam and a walk-off home run. The Texas Rangers have better than league average pitching as well. So
Oh, really?
Interesting. I see a world where the Rangers eclipse the Angels. If that happens, though, neither team is making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's facts. Truth.
Tough times out in the American League West. That's why everything's getting a little shuffled around.
Yeah, I mean, Astros are known for having pitching that just gets it done.
And
even when
hitting
you
that just gets it done.
You don't know they exist, but they just get it done.
I was never hoping. I mean, obviously, I was hoping for a win in the division over the Astros, but it's just not a realistic dream. I can hope they'll make it into the wild card and then
That's what I
maybe win a playoff series because we beat the
First in a
Astros in the playoffs. Now, I think I have another topic before you have. We're talking Aaron Judge MVP season right now.
You love to see it. I want that makeup for the loss of a Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
So.
He's having an MVP season right now. If he keeps up his pace, he's going to hit 65 home runs. That's unreal. That's like top 10 all-time season record. His OPS plus is 201. That's insane. His OPS is 1.059. He leads the league in runs, 44 so far. He leads the league in total bases, 134 so far. His defensive numbers aren't great. Let's bring up the graph. Let's get the graph.
Let's get the infographic.
There's the graph.
Whoa.
That looks really cool. Doesn't really say that much, though.
Yeah,
His
gotta
defensive
explain it a
numbers aren't great. He's not like a legendary Mookie Betts type outfielder or Mike Trout type outfielder where he gets a lot of extra outs for his team. He only has one out above average this season so far. And he's played some games at DH, which should go to show you he's not there for his defense. He's there for his hitting. This is a bit of a wacky infographic that I found on Baseball Savant, but it's pretty insightful once you kind of realize what's going on. So the x-axis is the distance from the outfielder that the ball lands when he starts. So you have the center fielder here. If the ball lands over here, 20 feet away, that's 20 feet on the x-axis. Even if he runs all the way over there and catches it, it's still only 20 feet. And then the hang time is how long the ball is hanging up there in the air for. So obviously, the dots at the very bottom right of the graph, the lowest one on the graph, that's like 65 feet with less than 3 seconds of hang time. Obviously, you're not going to run 65 feet in less than 3 seconds and then catch the ball. So that one is not something they're expecting him to catch. The very dark blue shaded region is extremely difficult catches, and it moves up there from there. And gray dots are for hits, and orange dots are for outs. So you can see that he kind of makes all the catches that he's supposed to. He just hasn't done anything crazy. Any really good catches with probabilities less than 30%. Actually, I can pull up the exact percentages because I have his Savant page up, and I think it's on hitting right now, which is kind of embarrassing. But
if we switch that over,
but if we look at the right statistics, that dot at the very bottom of the graph, catch probability 0. That one orange dot at the very bottom left, if you kind of see what I mean, that's a catch probability 80%. So he's kind of catching the balls that he's supposed to, and he's not catching the ones that he's not supposed to. There's one outlier. He dropped one fly ball that he was supposed to catch.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Aaron Judge is going to be having an MVP season?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to happen? Not do you think he's projected to?
I think there's one. He needs to stay healthy.
That's true. He has had problems.
He has had
injuries.
MVP seasons in the past that last 60 games. Like, he can do it, but he needs to stay there.
Yep.
Otherwise, people will surpass him as better.
We're getting to the 60-game point right now.
We're getting to the point where his health looks to be maintained, which is, still scary because, like, you thought that last year and then he gets injured. So, you don't know. I'm hoping, praying Aaron Judge stays healthy because he looks really good.
and I'm pretty sure it was an MVP, not a rookie. But in 2017 when he lost that MVP to a little shrimp. I hope he gets it this year because he deserves a makeup for that. He definitely deserved the MVP that year. So
I'd love to see Aaron Judge win something because
Yep.
he's just been good.
he's been good.
He's just good.
And I want it to all click finally for it to all work. So I hope so. He's on pace for it. I want to see it, but Trout's in his way. So
Trout is 0 for 26. So
yep, but 26 Trout is only like
he's 0 for 26 and he's still hitting 282
it's
on
only
the
like
season.
10 games.
Yeah.
You know, so that turns around quick. We'll see though.
All right, that's Aaron Judge. He's really good. I hope to see him win an MVP. I would rather see Mike Trout win an MVP or Shohei Ohtani, but those are just my guys.
My guy.
My
I want to
guys.
see it happen.
Let's talk Dodgers. I don't know anything about the Dodgers, like at all.
Silly. Okay, we're gonna get in depth with what's going on in these games. That's why I saved the Dodger recap for this moment right here. So let's start. Dodgers. They take 2 of 3 against the Nationals. That's where we left off. Game 1 was a 10-1 win. Tyler Anderson, to this day, still hasn't allowed a run in a good 29 innings, I believe.
That's pretty good.
So this is basically a good start of where this happened. But Tyler Anderson, 0 runs. Freddie Freeman makes a jumping Gold Glove catch
Is
at
that-
first base.
Make up for his error the other day.
No, because his error happened after this. So that's not how it works. You don't make up for things before they happen. And then Betts, Freeman, Trey Turner, and Smith carry that team with multiple RBI, singles, doubles, everything you can imagine. Not a lot of home runs, but just a lot of offense. So it explains the 10-1 lead.
Home runs are stupid anyway.
Exactly. Game 2, 9-4. Mookie Betts had a 2-homer game. Okay, looking good. Trey Turner, CT3. Both have 2-run homers. That was a pretty good offensive day right there.
How's Chris Taylor doing? I heard he was cold. But
He
I
was
haven't looked.
cold, and now he's pretty hot in my opinion. We'll get into that later. I have him on this page, but he started off pretty cold. Wasn't making contact. So
That's fair.
if you look at his contact, he'd have high average and everything. But if you looked at his season, it would be really
A lot of
bad.
strikeouts.
Exactly. So he's picking it up a bit. He's had a history of striking out. If you look at his 2018 and 19 numbers, a lot of strikeouts. So
I saw him hit a pinch hit walk-off home run the other day, last season. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
yep, that was the
Wild card game.
wild card game. Yep. Game 3 was 0-1. The Nationals took that, sadly. Very frustrating. Urias only gave up 1 run in 6 innings, and Dodgers just decided to go back to bed. They had the same amount of hits as the Nationals that day, 6. But they decided to go to sleep and do absolutely nothing. So, sleep
Angels
time
have
for
been
them.
doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating to see 10 runs, 9 runs, and then no runs. But it is what it is. They take the series. Take a sweep against the Diamondbacks next. We'll get into this a lot. Game 1, it was a 5-4 win. That was a little scary at the end, but nonetheless, 5-4 win. Freddie Freeman had a 4-hit game. A 3-run homer and 2 RBI doubles. Mookie Betts has a 3-hit game. CT3, 2-run homer, and an RBI double. Trey Turner has an RBI triple, extends his hitting streak. Belly had a 2-run single, RBI double. Will Smith, 2 RBI singles. Mookie Betts had a 77-foot grab, had a 30% catch probability, still makes it, looking good. Proves that he is a Gold Glove candidate still. Gavin Lux also has a diving Gold Glove catch, in my opinion, towards the first base side, leaping and making the catch in the air. David Peralta, though, also shows off the glove with a sliding catch. Jake McCarthy throws out Lux trying to go to third, trying to extend the double into a triple. And Christian Walker has a solo homer, but it wasn't enough to get the Diamondbacks to win that game. Going on to game 2, 6-4. Freddie steals a base. He's 4 for 4, so hasn't failed yet. Pepior has his second MLB outing because the Dodgers need it. Why are these little restriction signs? Didn't even know that was possible in OneNote.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I'm surprised I did that.
The
Anyway,
bullet points became little,
Yeah,
little
my
R's,
notes
registered
have-
trademarks.
my notes have registered trademark sign. We'll ignore that. He goes 4 1/3 innings, gives up 1 run, and punch outs 5. Rios and Betts have back-to-back homers. Rios has the 3-run homer, and Mookie Betts has the solo. Yep. That's what I have. I don't know why. It's a bullet point, but it's R. CT3 has a 3-run triple. Has his third triple on the year, but he's picked off at third. That was annoying to watch. You can't get picked off at third.
Matt Duffy got back picked a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
It's annoying. I was telling you about this the day it happened. Trey had a 2-run homer and RBI single, and Pavin Smith has an error in right field. That was funny to watch when I watched the recap. So the error scores the runner at third. Kimbrel allows 3 runs, trying to get the save, but he eventually closes it out. It was 6-1 when he came in. It was 6-4, but he still closes it out and secures the win, not the save though. Game 3
sucks.
Yeah. Recently, it's not been fun to watch. I didn't really enjoy seeing the trade to make it happen, but all I can do is root for my team, so let's just pray to God that things go well. Game 3 was a 3-2 win for the Dodgers. We're going to continue this sweep. Mookie Betts has a leadoff solo homer. In that solo home run, he takes the lead for most home runs in NL that day. McCarthy splits the gap for an RBI triple. Perdomo splits the gap as well for another RBI triple, back-to-back. But that's the only runs the D-backs will score. Trey Turner extends his hitting streak to 20 with a single. Will Smith has a sac fly off McCarthy, Gold Glove, diving catch. McCarthy strikes out against Hudson, though, to close the game. So, unproductive in the end of the day. Game 4, 3-1, Dodgers. Anderson continues scoreless inning streak. Puts up another really good performance, gives up nothing. Will Smith has an 11-pitch at-bat, but at least a solo home run. That was fun to watch.
That's fun, AB.
Exactly. I love watching those. They're just good at-bats when
Yeah.
they go deep. Freddie, RBI single. Kevin Pillar, diving catch in left field, at least did something, contributed something for the Dodgers, looking really good. Turner extends his hitting streak to 21 games, and Kimbrel allows 1 run, allows another run again, trying to get the save, but he does get it after 1 inning of work. That concludes the sweep against the Diamondbacks. It was fun to watch. This was not fun to watch. Getting swept by the Pirates.
I watched those games.
Game 1 was a 5-6 loss. Marcano has a 3-run homer to start the game off Buehler. Reynolds, solo homer. Alberto and Mookie go back-to-back for solos. Mookie ties Roy Campanella for most home runs in May with 12.
That's cool.
So that's a cool statistic. A lot of home runs in May. Rios, solo homer. Trey Turner double extends his hitting streak to 22 games. Another Turner RBI single to tie the game. CT3 RBI blooper takes the lead. Then Kimbrel tries to go in and blows the save, and we lose. So, also to note some bad baseball by Freddie. Ground ball to him, and he's like, oh, and it just goes to his right and lets a run in. So that was annoying to watch.
Sleeping out there on the baseball field.
His defense hasn't been good with us. It's kind of annoying me. Game 2, 3-5 loss. Chavis, 2-run homer off Urias. Marcano, 2-run homer off Urias. Back-to-back. Trey Turner responds with a 2-run homer, though, trying to make some noise. Drop third strike on Pillar. He swings and misses really badly, but it's drop third strike, and the run scores.
So he reaches on a drop third strike?
He did. He went, ugh, and it goes to the back, and he's like, I'm going to go first. So he runs to first, and run scores, because there was a run on third.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch. I don't remember it happening, but it happened. Freddie thrown out, trying to stretch out a double
That's tough.
against Jack Selinsky. Jack Selinsky, good heads-up play. Reynolds, RBI single, and Crow gets the save for the Pirates, second on his year. Game 3, 8-4 loss against the Pirates. Ugh. Turner extends his hitting streak to 24 games. CT3 RBI single. Reynolds has a 2-run homer. Chavis throwing error home, run scores. Reynolds throws out looks at the plate though, and Castro has a 2-run homer and bases clearing single, scores 2 more. Mookie Betts has a 2-run homer though, 16 total in the year. Yeah, that was kind of just really, really tough to watch, those 3 games.
That first game was, I really thoroughly enjoyed watching the first loss to the Pirates because
It was close.
it was a really close game, and I was pirating the game because I can't watch it legally because there's literally zero
Pirates
way.
game.
I'm not driving to Dodger Stadium, so I don't know why I can't watch the game. But, yeah, I was watching it on this one website, and there's a little chat, and so it's like everyone started laughing when Craig Kimbrel comes up, and they're like, oh, he's going to blow it. And then he blew the save, and everyone's just like, oh my god, he actually blew the save. We didn't think this was actually going to happen.
I hate to watch it. It's just so annoying. We came back and we didn't come back. So, to be fair, we did have 3 more outs to work with after the Mullen save, and
Yeah, no runs.
we did do doggy doo doo with that. So, yeah, that was tough to watch. But the Mets, we had a little hope for 2 games. Game 1 was a 2-0 Dodgers win. CT3 Gold Glove catch. Trey Turner extends to 25-game hitting streak. Mookie has an RBI single. Dodgers base running bloopers though run him out of the inning. JT has an RBI off the wall that Starling Marte could not catch, and Kimbrel closes some freaking game for once for the save. We'll applaud him there, not for the other games though. Game 2 was a 6-1 win. Anderson, more scoreless innings. He's really good. I love watching him out there. He has a weird delivery, but I kind of think that makes it a little more fun to watch.
What's his first name?
Tyler Anderson. He leg pumps before he throws.
That's whack.
So he lifts. He has a full leg kick, but he does it like like a bunch more times before he actually throws it. It's so weird, and it's funny. He wasn't supposed to be a starter coming into this year, but with all the injuries, he got promoted, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see this right here.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
If you watch it full speed, it's literally like, that.
He just stops.
He does more pump, like these days than he did then. It's
Wow. That's funny. I like when pitchers do the second leg kick. It's just interesting. It's wacky
funny
to watch.
I don't know. Somehow if I did that, it would not work. I can't time that, but
Yeah.
it gets the job done for him. It's fun to watch.
Nope, that's not it.
Nope.
What else happened?
2-run belly bomb. That was fun to watch.
That's
Zach
cool.
McKinstry 2-run homer. Sweet life of Zach and Cody back to back. Pete Alonso solo homer though. Ooh, that kind of,
Yeah.
a sour taste in the mouth. But Trey Turner infield RBI base hit. He basically just beat out a ground ball. CT3 solo homer, and Daniel Hudson comes in for to close the game. Game 3 was a 9-4 Mets win. So this basically ends the Dodgers winning this series. Lindor solo homer to start. Mookie Betts clears the bases though with a 3-run RBI double. Marte has an RBI double though. Lindor RBI on a ground out, and then Alonso comes up to hit a 2-run bomb to make it a 5-4 game. And Buehler's very frustrated. Right after that, Buehler was taken out. So, I think he didn't get past the 3rd inning.
That's tough.
It's really upsetting to watch. Escobar hits a solo home run eventually, and then Alonso hits another 3-run home run off Brusdar Graterol. He's not doing too good. Trey's hitting streak ends.
Rip.
So, goes about, I think, 26 games. He had 3 strikeouts that day.
Wow.
That it ended, so.
That's tough.
Tough game to lose. Game 4, we tried, but we lost. 5-4 Mets. Trey Turner hits a 2-run bomb. Marte answers with a solo homer, and Alonso ties it with an RBI double. Nito has an RBI single, which scores 2. Will Smith solo homers, trying to make some noise. Alvarez has an RBI single to tie the game. Then Kimbrel comes up and takes a loss after an RBI double from J.D. Davis. It's really annoying to watch. Kimbrel
That's
has
frustrating.
lost and blown lots of games for us in the
Bellinger's
past
having a tough time.
games. He has.
6 home runs on the season to 11 batting. That's tough.
He's going, what's it called? He's going to go below basically 200.
Yeah,
He
he
keeps
is.
us up. So, it's tough to watch. But yeah, that's basically the Dodgers recap. It's kind of all over the place. 5 for their last 10.
He played 162 games in 2018?
Did he? That wasn't one of his best years. But interesting. I don't recall that.
Interesting.
Played every game.
Says he did.
What the hell? Oh, well, we also played game 163.
That
So
doesn't count.
That means he missed one game. That means he missed one game on the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we had one day of rest. Because I remembered I went to that game, 163. That was fun to watch. Anyway, who's hot and who's not? Hot. Mookie Betts. He is hitting 377 in his last 15 games with an on-base percentage of 441, slugging 787. His OPS is 1.228. Trey Turner also looking really hot. 344 batting average, 365 on base percentage, and a 639 slugging, 1.004 OPS. Chris Taylor looking pretty good. He is 314 average, 386 on base percentage, and a 627 for a 1.013 OPS. So looking
Ooh.
pretty good. Those are our top 3 hitters as of right now.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman cooled a little bit, but he's average, so he's not notable. Tyler Anderson, though, 2.59 ERA on the season. He has 7 wins, most in baseball, on 55.2 innings pitched, and I'm pretty sure it's 29 scoreless innings so far, and a .95 whip. That's really
insane.
good.
How does this happen? How does this keep happening with the Dodgers? They just
Fix players.
the Angels starting rotation can't even make it happen, let alone our minor league guys.
You know,
guys.
honestly, with the Dodgers scout players really well.
Yeah.
When they're playing other people, and I think using that, they're able to determine if the pitcher did something different that would make them more effective.
There are more sliders.
So I'm assuming that because they scout people for their own games, they're also able to use that scouting to understand the performance of a pitcher if they pick them up, and they see potential in people that people don't see, like Tyler Anderson and these other guys like Andrew Heaney, who they see have potential but aren't just utilizing their skills correctly. So I think that's just what it comes down to. They're basically just fixing pitchers, in my opinion. And just
They
turning them
really
around.
are.
Tony Gonsolin, even better, 1.59 ERA. He would be the best if Musgrove wasn't so amazing in his
Joe
ERA.
Musgrove is crazy right
But
now.
yeah, he's going off. But Tony Gonsolin also doing amazing, 1.59 ERA, 6 wins in 10 games, 51 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, and a .88 whip. That's really good. Who's not hot? Will Smith, 180 average in the last 15 games, 323 on base percentage, and a 360 slugging, 683 OPS. Oof.
Is he doing well defensively?
He's pretty middle of the road catcher,
That's
in my
fair.
opinion. He hasn't had many runners to throw out, so it's hard to
Fair.
determine. And there's been no good throws at the plate or anything that I've seen where he could have done better. So no, he's been pretty average, in my opinion. It's just he gets paid for the offense, and right now it's kind of
Not
weak.
happening.
So let's pick it up, buddy. If you want to make the if you want to make the All-Star team, you got to do a little better. Walker Buehler, this has been really tough to watch. 14 and a third innings, 11 earned runs. That sucks. Yeah, this outing right here, he didn't even get past the third. He went 2 and a third. Right after that Pete Alonso homer, he'd left. 3 earned runs. That was.
He had a good start, right?
Hmm?
He had a good start to the season.
He did. He had a good.
The first complete game, right?
9 inning. I think it was either
1 run.
It was a
I think it was
9 inning
1
shutout or 1 run against the Diamondbacks. So he started off really good, but now he looks terrible and awful, and nothing's going right for him, and I don't know what's wrong. Every outing, I'm like, he'll fix it next outing, and he doesn't. So I don't know what he's looking at or what's going on, but he needs to evaluate himself and do something different, because it's not working right now. But Julio Urias, he is like a weird streaky guy. He's had good starts and then just doesn't have them. Against the Nationals, he went 6 innings and he had only 1 earned run, but then he'll go the next outing and do 6 innings and allow 4, and then after that he'll do 5 and a third and allow 1 again. So Urias
Mystery man.
is looking a little confusing. Don't really know what's going on, but he needs to kind of stabilize himself, in my opinion. So those are our 2 best pitchers, and they're not our best pitchers. So they need to figure it out, in my opinion. That's the not hot list right now. Everyone else is just kind of middle of the road, in my opinion, playing average. Injury update: Kershaw and Heaney rehabs. God, please arrive. We need you. The bullpen sucks, and the rotation sucks. Kershaw is going to start for the Dodgers hopefully on the 12th. He already
That's
had his
less
rehab.
than a week away.
You'll notice because we're versing each other this week, so you will see his start if it happens.
Forgot that's happening, and then
Yep.
we're playing the Mets, so
Yep.
that's gonna be fun. That's a good way to end a losing streak, is playing the Dodgers and the Mets. Come on, man.
So hopefully we pray, because he had a good outing in his rehab. I think only 1 run was allowed, so he's looking healthy. Hopefully he stays this way. Heaney started his rehab on Saturday. Don't know when he's going to need his starts, but he might require a few before he gets up into the Dodgers starting rotation. Max Muncy started his rehab assignment also on Saturday, and he plans to join the Dodgers once he feels fully healthy, whenever that day comes. Sadly, Rios was on a tear. Another tear he had was his hamstring. It is obliterated. No surgery will be required, but he's going to be out for a while. Hopefully not ending the season for him, but we'll see. It's going to be
That was a good one. That was a solid.
I kind of made that one up on the fly, and yeah, that was funny. Kevin Pillar, season over. His left shoulder is
That's tough.
bye-bye. Needs surgery, and he's out for the
Didn't
season.
that come from one of the plays you made? Or did I imagine that?
I think you imagined that, because it just kind of all of a sudden appeared after a certain game. The images on Google, it's cool how their face comes off the screen. Or
This
off
is
the box.
this is on Bing because I haven't
Oh, okay. It's
I haven't
cool how they
changed
cut
any
out
of the
so-
settings on this laptop yet.
It's cool how it cuts out. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just after a game.
Interesting.
His arm got hurt.
Just got
So.
crushed his arm or something.
Yeah, it was some certain play, but I don't believe it was any certain output.
It was a
play.
slide.
Was it a slide? Okay.
He
So-
slid into third base against the Pirates.
Okay. And that ended his season.
Yep,
So
that's tough.
that sucks. That's just the injury report. Some people are going away. Some people are coming back. Overall, this pitching is terrible to watch. I hate it.
Really?
It's like watching batting practice. Yeah, the offense is doing fine. I just
Being
need
an
this.
Angels fan, buddy.
I need this team to lock it up. I want to be good. I don't want to watch these games if we're going to be like this. So they need to pick it up. I want good pitching and continue run support. Don't leave Julio Arias with no run support like that one game. Just
That's just
keep
gonna
scoring
happen.
runs.
Games just happen like that.
I can't have them happen. They need to
Can't
stop.
happen often. It's
Yeah.
just it happens. It's baseball.
I can't have it happen to begin with. The Dodgers do not do this.
Okay, sure, but
Hey, if you're a super team, nothing bad happens on your team.
that's never happened except the Mariners that one time.
True. The Mariners just kind of...
And then they lost.
They're
in the
special.
playoffs. Let's go with the Angels recap. We're gonna make it short and sweet because I got places to
Just gotta
be.
go watch the Angels.
I gotta go watch the Angels lose again. We're at 11 straight losses. Every day, you guys can check the Twitter. Every day, I will be tweeting out the next number if we lose. If we lose tonight, I will tweet out the big 1-2. And then,
Cool.
yeah, I'll keep it
Hopefully
going from there.
You never tweeted
It's
out.
been a lot of unlucky moments. I'm gonna be honest. It's a combination of a lot of bad things happening in games where the pitching does well, the offense doesn't, and then we lose the game 2-0. And in games where the pitching does poorly, the offense will score just as many runs as we need to lose. It'll be like 5-6 or something along those lines. A lot of I like to call them bullpen moments, because the Angels bullpen does this a lot. Big example of this last night's game, right? I was watching the game, and it was, 6-2 at one point in the 8th inning? It was 6-2 in the 8th inning. We got this one in the bag. I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like listening to the broadcast. Loop loads up the bases. Raisel Iglesias is coming in.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
good news. That's good news.
Yeah, it's all good.
And then the announcers start talking, oh, Bryce Harper's coming up to bat. Joe Madden has done this thing before earlier this year where he intentionally walked someone with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Corey Seager.
Yeah.
Got walked.
Bryce Harper is a better hitter right now than Corey Seager is.
He is. Even more dangerous.
So they're like, we're thinking Joe Madden is going to walk this guy because a grand slam would tie the game. And I walk into the gym, check in, look at the phone. Game's tied. Tough. Very tough. And then he gets the outs and he gets out of it. I honestly don't really blame Raisel Iglesias for that specifically because it's like Bryce Harper. He's like going to hit home runs. That's what he does. He rakes.
And those aren't his runs.
And they're not his runs. They all went to Aaron Loop, who had
Yeah.
0.0 innings pitched. That's tough for his ERA.
Infinity.
Aaron Loop's been struggling. He was really good with the Mets, and now he was really good with the Angels, and now he's not at all. He's really bad, actually. He's in a little pitching slump. So Raisel Iglesias gave up 2 base runners and got an out. He had an out, 2 base runners. Jimmy Herget comes in to close out the game. Don't know why that's happening. I don't know why Jimmy Herget doesn't come in first, because Jimmy Herget is not the closer. Raisel Iglesias is a closer. That's a Joe Madden thing. That's why I'm a little irritated at Joe Madden. I mean, I know it's not obviously entirely his fault, but it's like moves like that where it's like, why is the closer being the setup man now? That doesn't make sense. We gave him $15 million to be our closer. And then Jimmy Herget gets an out, and then he gives up a walk-off 3-run.
Yep. Bryson's
Tough. It was hard to watch happen on my phone. We had 2 outs, first and second. I'm staring at the phone. It's full count. And then in the box score, a little 3 pops up, and it's like, damn. Trout, he's 0 for 26. He had a walk last night, but that doesn't go toward your
hits.
That's his longest slump.
Oh.
Longest career slump. So
that's not good.
That's a little unlucky that it happened to be happening at the same time the bullpen is having problems.
Yeah.
Rendon is out right now. His wrist inflammation. Taylor Ward has a hamstring injury again. Second one on the season. Joe Adell came up to fill Ward's place. He was really struggling down in AAA. He gets an RBI single. Juan Lagares is not playing. Don't know why he's on our team right now. I don't know why he's not down in the minors, because if we're going to pay someone to not hit and make errors, we might as well have Joe Adell do it, because he's going to be he's like a number 5 prospect or whatever. So
exactly,
we might as well give Joe Adell the experience, even if he's going to make errors and not hit, because that's what Juan Lagares has been doing. Okay, that's my pessimistic Angels moment. That's going to wrap up the episode, I think. Yep. Hopefully I can put this out before I go to the Angel game. If not, it'll be up at like 11. We'll be back here on the grind.
That sounds good.
Dude, I'm going to the gym after the Angel game. It's gonna be.
Are you?
We're on the grind. We're going every single day. I had therapy this morning, and then I had this, and then I have the Angel game. So it's either wake up at 7, which ain't happening. That's not happening. Okay.
Dang.
Goodbye, everyone. Hopefully this episode is up
Hopefully.
within 10 minutes. Bye.
Yep. My chest is popping.